Welcome back, Aggies. This is Professor Sterling Bone, Director of the Huntsman Pro Sales Program and faculty in the Marketing Strategy Department. And I'm honored to welcome Luke Flynn, one of our Aggie alum back home. Luke is the Technical Account Manager at Qualtrics. Welcome, Luke. It's good to have you.
Thank you for having me. It's good to come back and talk to Utah State.
Well, I'm super excited, Luke, to have you connect what you're doing at Qualtrics and how that might have relevancy across all of our students at the Huntsman School. Luke, first tell us a little bit about your journey. You graduated from Utah State. Maybe tell the students a little bit about your background and how you've arrived at Qualtrics.
Definitely. So I started off at Utah State in 2015. Learned at the Huntsman School of Business, and it's an amazing program. So I decided to go in there and get a degree in marketing. Before I ended out, I loved all my classes, loved a lot of the different degrees. And so I ended up graduating in 2018 with a Bachelor of Arts in Marketing, Economics, and International Business, as well as took part in the Huntsman Scholar Program, which is a fantastic. So right out of college, I knew I wanted to get into the tech world after a lot of different inquiries and different Focus Fridays, talking to different tech leaders, and decided Qualtrics was close to home and allowed me the opportunities that I was seeking right out of my undergraduate. So I joined into what's called the Qualtrics University Program, or CUNY, as we like to call it here. And I was there for about 6 months, into which in this product specialist role, as we also call it, I was able to help work with all their different brands and helping them build product, answer questions, and kind of a support role. Within there, I was able to get promoted and sent over to Sydney, Australia, where I helped stand up their enterprise program support business for about 3 months. Amazing opportunity. Use my international business degree as well as, gain some additional business skills. I then came back and immediately became a technical account manager here in the States, and have been doing that ever since.
That is fantastic. I was fortunate to have Luke in my class many years ago, and it's so great to see and hear about your career. I think it's really intriguing about your desire to be in tech, because that's something we're hearing a lot, obviously, currently for our students. What are some of the benefits that you've had in your career working in the tech industry?
Yeah, so I would say the biggest benefit is in the tech industry, there's just fast growth, the ability to really gain a lot of skills, work with a lot of really cool brands, and specifically with the tech industry, is I wanted to get out of the 9 to 5 wearing suit and tie, um, the more conventional way of business, and into something a little bit more where you've got flat hierarchy structures. You're working around everybody. There's no offices or doors. Everything is very transparent. They provide a lot of benefits and a lot of amenities that are really help you in being able to do your jobs. Whether it's, they feed you 3 times a week. They allow you to work wherever you want in the office, on the couches, up in the massage chair. So I like that ability. It's like they know that I do best at doing my job the way I need to do my job, and they provide me amenities, tools, and even the hours for me to do the job that I'm willing to do.
That's awesome. That's a great synopsis. And I've had the opportunity on many occasions to visit Qualtrics headquarters in Provo, and to interact with the culture and the people that make up that culture. And you just described it so very well. What was it like to go to Sydney and be a part of a go global, real life in the trenches experience of really building out the support team for the enterprise team out there?
Oh, amazing opportunity, and I wish I could have stayed longer than 3 months. I'll say that. But the things I loved most about that experience was the ability to see how business runs on a different level, and then also in expanding the APJ market. So Qualtrics has been a tech startup in Utah since 2002, and they expanded around 2010 and started getting into these other industries. And it was cool to be on the front lines and actually see how businesses started and work with a lot of new different companies, especially even trying to expand into the Chinese and Singapore markets. So working with, oh, go ahead.
No, please go ahead.
I was going to say, and I loved being able to work with, see new perspectives and work with different individuals from different cultures. Definitely expanded my view of the world a little bit, and you know, had a lot of interesting and fun experiences.
No, I think that's fantastic. And for our students that are not familiar with the Australia is a very strategic place for Qualtrics and a lot of other companies and tech companies because it allows access and entree into to the Asia um, and other markets on the Far East. And so to be able to be in that locale, it really helps growth in that hemisphere of the world. So that's outstanding. Thank you, Luke, for sharing a little bit that journey that you've had in your career. Now I want to speak about the role that you're in. I'm just so intrigued because this technical account manager. What do you do in that role as a technical account manager?
Yeah. So as it's, I mean, the technical account manager role in its basics is that we work with Qualtrics's top enterprise clients, those that make usually over 200,000 to upwards of $12 million for the company, and we're there to make sure that they're successful in their tech. We help them set up their programs, maintain their programs, continue to develop their technology and the new products that we push out to meet those business goals and needs. So we work with usually program managers, some level vice presidents and level executives, and so the role is really great because it balances perfectly between the ability to be a little bit more technology savvy, work in code, work with program setups, but then also have that same kind of management and more business focus where you're talking about more business level strategy and being able to work with some high tier individuals in these companies that I've honestly been able to learn a lot from.
So tell me about the skill requirements that our students would need to have to enter a role such as the one that you found yourself in. What would be the things they should be doing now at Huntsman to be ready for that type of a career launch?
Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, I'd say the key thing is communication. I know back in, let's see, I think it was Professor Lindsay. I remember his first name, don't remember his last name, but the communications class that the business school teaches. I remember sitting in that class in the beginning thinking, wow, why do I have to take this class? I already took my prereqs in English 2010 and 2020. And that class has actually been probably the most useful class that I've used throughout my experience here is if you don't know how to communicate, knowing when you should send an email, a Slack message, when you should jump on a Zoom video call, how to package bad news with good news, how to just basic business communication is probably the number one skill if they want to go far as a technical account manager or anywhere at Qualtrics, is that ability to know how to communicate well, and present your ideas very straightforward and persuasively. In
So I,
terms of other class, yeah,
I think you're referring to Lindsay Benyon or Professor Benyon. That in fact he's one of our great faculty here that continues to teach along with Leanne Wappett and Cheryl Burgess. But I'm so glad that you're talking about the role of communication, and I think our students really need to see and appreciate those courses in the soft skills because really that's a lot of what you do on a day in day out basis in a role like the one that you're in.
yeah, definitely. Because a lot of what, and why I say those classes, I mean, definitely classes in sales, that was really helpful in being able to sit down and pitch ideas because I have to help upsell product. I have to help them see why they should renew with Qualtrics year in and continue to grow our ARR, our year over year revenue. So those classes are definitely important as well. But a lot of the training, you get that on the job, but it's those key kind of communications and just the ability to think through in problem solving is really what we're looking for and what you need to get out of college.
Let's speak about that. What are the roles that you're currently recruiting for, and where should our Aggies be looking to join Qualtrics, and what roles would you recommend?
So we recruit across the board in a lot of different roles, whether it's engineers, test engineers, customer success managers, um, technical account managers, and global support reps. The ones that we recruit heavily, and actually the ones that I'd recommend for anyone, is our Qualtrics or Q University program. It starts off as a support role, and so a 9 to 5, taking different phone calls and emails and helping individuals with the program, whether they're doing research projects, um, it's a business that's running a closed loop ticketing program with their customers, helping close the loop on bad customer experiences, etc. And with that role, you learn the product inside and out. And from our executive, Ryan Smith, one thing I thought was really interesting, he said, you know what, we need more, as we call them, Qualtrics University or CUNY. We need more CUNY employees within our company, because if you start off in any other position, we give you a basics of what the program looks like and how the software works, but not enough detail as you do as a CUNY to truly learn and be successful in any tier of the business. Um, I I started off there in this it's an L1 position, entry level. And at first it wasn't that glamorous, as you could say, to start off in a support level role. However, I learned their products inside and out, and then after that it opened the doors to any other role in the organization. And when I moved into what's now technical account manager, I found that I was a lot farther ahead of my peers who had just started as technical account managers, because you just can't get that product knowledge in that in-depth look at all of their customers by taking support calls. And so I mean that's kind of the main roles that we hire for, is a Qualtrics support, our Q University, this business development program that you take support calls, you take emails, you work on different projects to help improve the products, as well as coming up with new initiatives and ways that you can kind of grow our bottom line.
No, that's
That
fantastic.
was a
And
lot.
no, that's perfect, because for many years we've had students enter in the work of sales within Qualtrics, which obviously is a path as well to pursue. But here, for our students to see another inside perspective on the customer success account management side of the business, to see the support, the engine behind the product specialists, the technology experts that are able to help grow these enterprise accounts. I mean, can you share with some of the students some of the accounts that you get to work on? What kind of level of access do you have to some of the enterprise world?
Definitely. Some of them I'm not able to talk about because they're not referenceable and signed NDAs, but a few of them that are referenceable on the website. I work with BMW North America in their global efforts, and specific as well in the North American region. I work with Under Armour, another one of our clients, and helping them, expand their retail and their business. And I also work with um, eBay. So, a wide range of clients here that range from tech to retail to automotive, and really interesting to kind of get to dabble in different industries in terms of what I get to help them with. Their customers. So as Qualtrics, as many might already know, it's experience management, closing those gaps between what you're delivering and what customers want and what they're experiencing. And so with all of them, I work with usually their customer experience programs, how to, at different touch points. So when they buy a car, I help them, and how do we get feedback about how that experience shopping with the sales rep went, about getting your information to when the car breaks and you take it in for service, kind of helping them collect all that data at those touch points, and then allowing them to make actionable decisions in the trends and the data they see. So I work in a lot of and help, on that side, configuring it and then analyzing the data and making decisions based off of what we collect.
That's fantastic. Luke, this has been really, really insightful. A couple just final questions. I want to know about the skills that you are looking for. So when students apply and they're trying to polish their resume, really build their LinkedIn profile, articulate in a cover letter, what are some of the skills that you would recommend? When you talk about communication, are there other requirements or things that you're looking for them to highlight as they come through the application process at Qualtrics?
Oh yeah, definitely. So I would say some of the top ones is that we want hardworking, motivated, and competitive team players. And I mean that's one reason why we hire out at USU, because especially the Huntsman business schools, we know a lot of you are hardworking. You're definitely motivated and going after your goals and what you want to accomplish within your careers. I think a good healthy amount of competitiveness, but balanced with being a team player. We like to be able to drive. We want to see that you can drive and push your teammates, but at the same time, at the end of the day, we're all on one team, and Qualtrics's growth is a win for everyone. In terms of more, soft skills, we want to see that you have the ability to communicate basic ideas and being very short and concise. Having an interest in tech and wanting to stay in tech. So those who want to, jump into the tech industry and stay within this industry, we're really looking for those types of individuals, not just a quick stop shop and then jumping off into, kind of as a stepping platform. Looking for those who want to maybe play the long term game, or at least, for 2 to 3 years.
So it's been an exciting time at Qualtrics. You've seen some crazy changes with acquisition by SAP and being a part of that transition, and now with an announcement that SAP is going to take Qualtrics public. Can you maybe speak in terms of why now is a great time to join the Q team?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, we're growing. We've got a goal of going from 3,000 to 8,000 employees, and we're about at 3,500. And we're defining an industry. We're defining a category. Experience management is still new to the world, but Qualtrics, being the one who's kind of created that movement, we have the ability to define it and be on top. So there's a lot of great opportunities. The company's growing fast. Like I started off in this position 5 months in a Qualtrics support in the Q University program, and was able to easily jump up to now technical account management, and now looking on to 3 or 4 other roles to continue to advance my career. So if you like fast pace, if you like problem solving, if you love, being a part of something that's changing the world, like I said, we're defining the category of experience management, and you really like to, you know, the entrepreneurial spirit of going and building something new, definitely the time to jump into Qualtrics as well as the tech industry.
Luke, this has been so informative, so helpful for our students that want to continue to engage with you. How would you recommend that they reach out or connect with you to continue this conversation?
Definitely. I mean, anyone who's interested in learning a little bit more about Qualtrics, or wants to join the team, I would ask them to, they can either reach out to me via my email, and I'll provide that to you afterwards. It's lflynn, so LFLYNN at qualtrics.com. And in addition, I would just recommend checking out our qualtrics.com career pages. It shows all the different opportunities across the globe, and specifically in those positions that I've mentioned.
Luke, thank you so much for taking the time, and encourage our students to take a really good look at the opportunities that are at Qualtrics. Thank you today. Thank you for being here today, Luke.
Oh, thank you, Sterling. Appreciate it.